into the game?
Well, it was banged up enough where they were, did not feel comfortable putting it back in. Don't know the severity of it sometime tonight or tomorrow.
Where the fourth quarter there looked like the effort just dropped off as if they just stopped playing hard. Am I wrong in that assessment?
We'll see on tape. If someone stops playing hard, they gotta go play somewhere else. What we gotta do requires tough people. Turn the program, rebuild it, requires tough-minded people that are willing to do the work. If that shows up on tape, gotta find somewhere else. Some guys have played really well, some guys have played hard. We'll go from there.
Mario, have
What
you
was
seen
your
anything in
message to
practice?
the team?
Go ahead,
What-
Susan.
what-
Go ahead, Susan.
I'm sorry. Well, what was your message to the team after the game?
Reality, that's not it. We're improving our ability to practice, our capacity to practice better, whatnot, and we've talked some good stuff, and we've made some progress in certain areas, but that was regression. After a fast start, and then the second quarter, taking a dive, the third quarter came out and played with some good passion, executed well, took the lead in the game. They came back, they drove and they scored, and after that, all out of sorts. Fumbles, ball security, huge point of emphasis. We've done everything we can. We've got to do more because whatever we've done has not worked. We fumbled the ball. And then we gave up some pressures that provided or allowed them to get some sacks. Sometimes it's turning the protection that way. Sometimes we're bringing pressure away from the protection. Sometimes the ball's got to get out. Sometimes it's got to be picked up. It's a little bit of everything. We've got the quarterback hit. And we've established the run game. We're not knocking people back enough like we need to help the pass game. And we had made some progress on offense the last couple of weeks, and then it looked like we were going to get off to a strong start. We didn't, So you take complete responsibility as a head coach, as a program, and I get it, it's got to be real tough, unfortunately. You got to go through some painful steps, or we cause our own painful steps, extra painful steps that we don't need. So, back to work.
Mario, did you see
you
anything
find
in
out that
practice
it
that
was-
would, Mario, did you see anything in practice that would suggest that something like this was possible?
No, we started fast, we started fast and thought that we could do it, Some of the bodies down, you got to replace them with parts that aren't quite the same level, but that's ball, In terms of putting the ball on the ground and ball security, no, because it's been such a huge point of emphasis. We felt we were going to get good dividends today, but right away, right up 7-0 and driving, we put the ball on the ground. So.
Mario, if you find out that it
Can
didn't
you
happen.
assess Jake Garcia's performance today and just?
Had some good moments and had some others that weren't so good. So.
Mario, if you find out that that lack of effort was there, and it's appeared it happened too in the Middle Tennessee game, so how do you explain that? How do you fix it?
You either fix it or you get people that care and play as hard as you're supposed to as a Miami Hurricane. I don't think it's magical, I don't think it's appropriate also to say someone didn't play as hard because other teams make plays too. I think you have to look at the tape and thoroughly assess it, because there's nothing worse than saying someone didn't play hard when they played hard. Maybe they got run through and didn't tackle a guy. Maybe they weren't able to sustain a collision and get a guy to the ground, but the rest, most importantly, of all the things is understanding that when you go through something like this and you're rebuilding a program and you get hit in the face like this, that you got to be tough enough to look each other in the eye and stick together and go to work. It doesn't magically get better, okay? You've got to go to work, and that's the only focus. That's the only thing we're going to do.
How do you make sure
So a
that
few more
the
questions.
morale doesn't drop? How do you keep the morale up after a game like this?
Go right to the truth. You don't head fake it. I don't think at this point in time it's about morale. It's about reality. The best way to build good morale is to have success and performance, and the best way to do that is to go back to work and work on the things that need to get better. They're identified. There's some progress in some, but today regression showed up. That's the part that's disappointing. There's a lot of stuff that's shown up over the past couple of weeks that made us feel like we were going to have a positive performance today.
Mario, I don't know if it was a turning point or not, but certainly you had an important decision to make, 4th down, instead of punting it, go for it. I think it was at the 44. Just talk about what went into that decision.
Just felt that we had some good momentum going. They had just driven the length of the field as well, and felt that we had some good plays drawn up to make them pay, you know, in man coverage or where they were bringing pressure or sat back and played. So I felt good about the answers and I felt good about being aggressive.
Hey,
All right,
couple
Trevor.
more for four turnovers in the fourth quarter. You guys like started out, you know, some issues and then recovered well in the third quarter, and then had those four in the fourth quarter. Is that just kind of like desperation attempts, like the couple picks that Jake threw and stuff? Is that more desperation that caused those turnovers, or was just like?
We got to assess to see there was just too much anxiety, just pressing too hard to try to make a play. Usually that, you know, accompanies, you know, performance dips or whatnot. And that could be it, right? You know, the game starts going on and on, all of a sudden you see yourself, you know, we built our own hole, you know, and we just kept digging it deeper. We didn't do a good job coming out of it, you know, and, you know, but just very real with our approach, guys, you know. There's a lot of things we need to get a whole lot better at. You know, there's moments here and there of stuff, but the work that we got to do while we came here, we got to work, man. We got to do a lot of work. We're going to do it. So, and you know what? When it turns, we'll look back on this as lessons. Right now, you got to eat it. You got to be a tough son of a gun.
Mar, you guys
And if
always
you're not, you know what? It ain't going to work.
Mar, you guys always talk about execution and whatnot, but the lack of tackling, not wrapping up. How does that get fixed?
That? Wrap up, brother. Work it again and again and again, and again and again and again until you can't get it wrong, right? And keep developing strength and conditioning. Make sure when you wrap up that you're clamped so tight that nothing's slipping out. Keep developing talent, keep recruiting talent, so you could go in waves, and then when a backup comes in, he's playing just as hard or better than the guys in there before. Complete program development from top to bottom. That's what we're focused on. And unfortunately, it comes with some tough-ass days like today.
Great. Thank you very much, Coach. Thanks, Coach. Thank you.